Hey, it's Chaya and I'm back with Naked, the Messy Middle Edition. Today's like a weird day. I'm feeling so many different feelings. Um, Before I can even go into anything I want to talk about, I want to share a little bit about what I'm feeling. So, I moved into an RV, right? And the way I look at it, it's almost like a healthy boot camp where I'm getting this opportunity to change so drastically and so fast. And that's why I want to talk about the learning curve. But I want to explain to you what the learning curve is by explaining to you what's going on by me. Okay, so, oh, okay. So for me right now, I'm starting to eat healthy again, meal prep, and just really make sure I'm eating, because for the last, I don't know how long, I haven't been eating. I've been just eating to survive, really running on low. It's like going with a car, and it's always on low gas. Like you barely fill it up for like another $10 each time. And then the whole time you're worried it's going to go and it's going to go. And then again, you fill up for $10 and it lasts a little bit. And then you're like, right? Have you ever had that experience? Well, I've had it once or twice and I know it's not a fun experience. And that's pretty much what's been going on with my body. And it's hard for me to talk openly about it because, well, I'd like to believe and I'd like to pretend that's not the case, but it is the case. That was the case. When I moved into the RV, my goal is, by moving into this RV for the next 3-4 months until my wedding, is really to give myself an opportunity to take a really good look at myself. Before I go in with a partner, let me see all the stuff that I don't like, all the stuff that need to change, and start changing them. And so I started with food, with my health, with taking care of me. Because let's be real, this entire world has never shut down before. It didn't shut down for the Great Depression, for the stock market crashing, like nothing. But it did shut down for COVID, for our health, right? Which means our health is, at the end of the day, our biggest priority. Even if we don't prioritize it, it is our biggest priority. So here I am recognizing, wait, how can you say it's your biggest priority if you don't prioritize it? So finally, I'm giving myself the opportunity to prioritize it. And what I'm learning is that I have a way of doing this all strong, jumping right in, going all the way to the end, and then sometimes I don't have compassion for my process. And that's not fun. And that's not cool. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you ever had that experience? I'm sure you can relate on some level. Because if you're here watching this, you're a growth-oriented person and you know what I'm talking about. And I'm curious, how many times have you jumped into something so deep that you fell right out of it? In fact, you fell so far out of it, you never wanted to do it again. Well, a year ago, or a little more than a year ago, actually at this point, I had started focusing on my health. I went so deep. I literally had a morning routine, a nightly routine, which are all good things, but I went so deep and so extreme that there was no room for anything else. There was no room for error. There was no room for a day off, no room for anything. And then when I would have that day off, because I'm human and I needed it, I would beat myself mercilessly the entire time. And I feel like crap. I already anyway had the day off, so instead of enjoying the day off, which I was anyway having, I would beat myself so hard. Just thinking about it gives me a headache. Literally. And I'm curious, have you ever had that experience? Where you did something and the reality was already, and you were beating yourself as if you, like mercilessly, as if it was going to change anything, even though it was the reality already? Perhaps you're doing it right now. Perhaps I'm calling you out on it. Well, I'm definitely calling myself out on it. That's what I did. And what I'm going to do different this time is what I want to teach you about, is enjoy and really embrace the learning curve. There is a learning curve. When we're kids and we're learning how to walk, there's a learning curve in the beginning. The mother you don't think as a parent, right? If you're a parent, or if you're an aunt, an uncle, if you've seen kids, you don't think that the minute they take their first step, now that's it. They're walking and running and we're getting them shoes and it's over, right? It takes them time. It might take 2, 3, 7 weeks until they're finally comfortable walking and you need to get them shoes, right? Now, what about those parents? And you might be one of them, or so I might be calling you out on it, or you might know someone like that who the minute their kid jumps into something says, oh my God, that's it, they're walking. That's it, they know how to do this. How much pressure is it on the kid then? Exactly. So you would never allow a parent to do that, right? If it was your kid and someone else came in and saw your kid walking and told them, okay, that's it, now get them shoes, they're walking, it's over, no more crawling. Now you have to tell them never to crawl again. If they're gonna crawl, you have to stand them up. And what would you think about that person? Lady is a little crazy, right? And what would you think? What would you do? Well, if it was me and it was my kid, I would say, hey, thank you for your heartfelt advice. I gotta go. Or you gotta go. Maybe not in those words, but conceptually, it would be over, right? It would be, you go find your... We're clearly not on the same page, because don't you dare tell my child what he's supposed to or she's supposed to do. And don't you dare decide to put such kind of pressure on a little kid. Yet, maybe we're not little kids, but some part of us is when we're learning something new. Some part of us is young. Some part of us doesn't have the education that in an adult level when we're learning something new, right? And yet we're not willing to give ourselves that learning curve. We expect 100% right away. Now that you know it, do it all the way. That's not fair. That's just not fair. And that's setting yourself up for failure. And you know more than anyone, if you've been watching more than one of these, I am the biggest believer in success. I'm the biggest believer in how to create success. How do we do it? What does success look like? And how do we create it? So I'm here, and as I'm talking, I'm actually thinking, I should maybe make my next series be about success. How to create success, or, habits of successful people. I'm working on it. I have that in my head, because that's really what I'm all about. Success. And success means whatever you decide success means. That can mean the most fit body, that can mean the most athletic at whatever sport you want, that can mean the most money, that can mean the most... Whatever it is you choose success to mean, that's what it is. Okay? And it's not the same for everyone. However, what is the same is part of that process. The learning curve is when you decide, I'm done with this crap. I'm done with where I'm at right now and I need to change. There is a learning curve. There is a time in which you need to be extra compassionate to yourself and kind to yourself to make room for that change to be sustainable. So today when I woke up, and I woke up a little later than I wanted to, and I didn't have time to do the yoga I was thinking of doing. I didn't have time to, and I only went for a little workout, a 20-minute workout. I'm saying that out loud because I hold it with pride. Because you know what I kept telling myself when I was in bed? And I couldn't get out because the more time passed, the worse it felt. I said, this is the learning curve. This is the learning curve. This is the learning curve. And I hate that. But I also love it. Because it gives me the space to learn without needing to believe I need to know everything right here, right now. So, I hope that helps. I hope that inspires you to give yourself some space to learn in whatever area you're learning right now. So, if you like this video, just like it, let me know. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you know how to do that, right? Just press one little button and that's it. You'll be getting my videos daily. All right, I'll see you soon.